everybody, and welcome to our official Big Brother House Meeting Extravaganza show, where we're going to fill you in on everything that you guys missed from the house meeting with the clips, which I'll be reacting to, as well as the fallout after, all before tonight's Big Brother. And look, if you've been enjoying these feed clip shows, you should know I might as well be editing Big Brother, because I'm showing you all everything, and then it all makes it on the show. I think I'm a genius. Look, if you don't know what if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should check out our previous shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb20. You can see the past shows there, read Becca's blogs, the spoiler graphics. A lot of people are like, hey Eric, what's the flashback time for this? What's the flashback time for that? The flashback times are all over there. If you don't know when the house meeting started, check it out on the flashbacks page. You can get to all of our content about Big Brother 20 from our Big Brother 20 page, so check that out. Now, maybe you're not watching it with us live right now, but you should be, so become a fan over on YouNow. Just go to yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow and become a fan over there. You get alerted when we go live, you get to hang out in the chat room when we're live, and if you subscribe over there, you can watch all of our past shows back, thousands of shows. You don't have to wait for me to post them on the website, and all subscribers this month are again entered to win an Orwell. And #1 fans over there this month, our last autograph mug from all of the BB players. It's the, not mug, it's the aluminum cup. You know, the aluminum cup that all the house guests are drinking out of this season, and signed by people like Survivor winner Wendell and Morgan and Josh from Big Brother. Just there, everybody signed the damn cup. So that's what #1 fans are competing for over on YouNow this month. Of course, if you want to help support our shows directly, you could always become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only shows every single week, prize giveaways just for patrons, access to the patron-only Facebook group where we can talk about stuff that we can't talk about here on these shows, and when we start having the house guests on in like a month, you will get to be part of the after shows. So we will be live here on YouNow, and then we go on the after show in the patron group, or let's face it, it's where all the tea comes out. Of course, maybe you're rich, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. You guys, oh my God. After days and days of us not getting the reactions that we all wanted, that we deserved from the feeds, oh, we got them today. Oh, we got them. And we're gonna watch it together now on this show. But first, a lot of people feel very strongly about this house meeting, and I just have to say, if you have any comments about the meeting or anything that you feel I need to know or questions, tweet them to me now using hashtag YRRLive, and I will pull them up on the show. So I know, you guys are like, but then we have to leave the show to tweet you. Well, you could have tweeted me before the show, but whatever. If you want, it's an easier way for me than looking at chat. Now, we are going to have a feed watching extravaganza together. We are going to experience this house meeting in all of its glory together. And we're all going to agree, Lana K brings up a great point, and we're all going to agree to disagree. Look, I get where everyone stands. I get there are people that don't like Bailey. There are people that don't like Haley. There are people that don't like Tyler. Look, we're just here to make fun of it all. I don't care what side you're on. We're here to laugh at this chaos that is the house meeting. Oh, by the way, I don't know if any of you came prepared for the house meeting, but I would just like to let you know, I did. Okay. I feel we're ready to begin, everyone. I didn't need a cup of tea because, well, we just don't. All right, so are you ready? The scene is set where Haley is gathering everyone in the living room. Here we go.
Right there.
Are you about to drop on your Apple product?
Throw that eyes in a circle.
I think she's about to.
Okay, here we go.
I am.
I'll make it quick.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to start out with I love everyone in this room.
No, you don't.
However, there are several people here that owe Bailey an apology, including myself, because last Thursday I won the hacker competition.
Now, I'm stopping right here. Where the hell is the gasp? Why was there no and and woo? Where? I don't understand. I don't understand why we didn't have just people losing their minds at that moment. I thought there was going to be like an audible exhale, at least from Tyler. Something. We got nothing. But all right. Back to Bailey.
Tyler, I didn't put you up for personal reasons. When Caitlin was in this game, she told me several times about several moves that you were trying to make, several people you were working with, and several comments you made that there's not one person that would put you up in this house. So, that combined with your 4 competition wins made you an obvious target. Angela never wanted to steal your power, never wanted to take anything from you. This was the only opportunity I've been given in this game to make a move, and so I took it.
Okay. This is the only opportunity she's had in this game to make a move? No. Just because, here's the thing. I don't want this to all get twisted. Haley, you had several opportunities to make moves in this game. You had the opportunities when you won the hacker competition. You also had the opportunity to blow up your game, which is what you're doing right now.
The reason I'm telling you all this is because the way Bailey's been treated and the way she's been spoken to is not fair, and I'm not about to let her take the fall for something that I did.
Now, I'm going to stop one more time. Here's my other comment. Bailey has not been treated poorly this week, in my opinion. You can all agree or disagree, but I don't think Bailey has been treated any differently than any other person who's been the target of an eviction or of the HOH. Bailey is not on the block because people thought she was the hacker. Bailey is on the block because Bailey stupidly told an alliance that was not her own that she had the power to change their nominations. That's why Bailey's on the block, and again, I haven't seen anybody quote-unquote treating her horribly. I just see her being treated the way anybody gets shunned when you're on the block. Anybody gets shunned when you're the target. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep going.
So, I'd also like to add that last week, Tyler came to Bailey and asked that Angela be backdoored.
That is hilarious, dude.
Is
No,
it?
that's true.
Hilarious.
Literally, when I had
What did I
the
say?
power veto, you said, I don't want to use it, but if I do, Angela's the replacement, right?
Hilarious. Every single person
Hey,
here
hey,
knows
hey,
that is
stop.
a lie.
Stop. Because you've
A
already,
lie.
no, stop.
I said
No,
so.
seriously, stop. And then Angela came to me this morning and literally goes, you're the one who got me out of the deletion dot competition. You're the one who told me to put it in hers, and I told you no. So for you to throw me under the bus when I've been protecting you this whole
my
time
God.
is vicious.
I don't know. I'm having a little trouble hearing Bailey. Maybe if she could, like, talk a little louder.
And then for you to still treat me so crazy, Tyler, I literally
That
did
is
not want to
such
put
a
you off
lie.
last week. So why are you treating me like
I
trash when I
literally
did not
said-
even come after you? How about an apology? Instead of treating me like fucking trash.
Own it. Why would
Oh,
I
why?
lie
I
about
didn't
that?
pull you up.
Why would I lie about that?
Okay. Somebody's angry. Now, look. I'm also going to say here, in defense of Bailey, she is not mad at Tyler in this moment. I mean, yes, clearly she's mad at him. She's screaming at him. But I understand a little bit where Bailey's coming from. This is all of her pent-up frustration in the fact that she thought she was close to Angela. She thought she was close to Tyler. She found out that she's not close to Tyler now. So this is like all of those feelings coming to fruition from her. But again, not anybody treating you like trash. People playing a game, people making moves in the game, there's only one winner. So anytime anybody makes a game move, in my opinion, doesn't mean that you're being treated like trash, it's a game move. Okay, let's keep going.
I said, okay, so if some kind of power is used and this veto gets used, because I'm not getting
You said
music.
Angela's the replacement, right?
You
and
said
I
yes.
I said probably one of them
Because
is
you
going
were
up,
throwing
and
up
one of them
her name and
no,
Rachel's
that's
name.
not true. I said one of them out of the three, but I had already made a deal with Angela, and I had already told Casey she was okay. It's not my point to tell you who I'm protecting and who I'm not, but you threw her name under the bus, and I said I haven't even thought of it.
Why would I do that?
Okay, let's all notice that JC has decided he's done with this meeting. JC has decided, as you now have seen him exit, he's done with this meeting. And let me let you know something. Production hates that shit. All JC needed to do is sit there, because when production undoubtedly edits this entire conversation, sometimes they like to take pieces from the middle and put them on the end and from the beginning and just switch a lot of stuff around. And it's very hard to do that when in one scene JC's sitting there and in the next he's not. So way to keep pissing on production, JC.
Just admitted it.
I did not admit that. I said so. After you said that her and Casey and Rachel and Brett are a 4.
Exactly.
I
You
said so.
You said so. Angela's the
So does
replacement,
that mean,
right?
would Angela be
and
the
I said
replacement?
I haven't even thought of it, but probably one of them
You
will be
said
going up.
yes.
No, I didn't.
You said yes. That means you would
yeah,
have
but
put
you just
Angela
admitted
up.
you just admitted to those words coming
I
out of your mouth.
asked you. I said so. By you saying that they're a 4, you want to target them. Would Angela be the replacement? You said yes.
No, I didn't.
Now, we had this debate. I'm going to say this too. You all saw the scene. Granted, this was like a week and a half ago. I understand both their sides here. Like, I'm trying to take the emotion out of it. I understand both sides. I believe Scotty was asking a question, like, is Angela going up? But I also understand why Bailey feels like he wasn't saying it as a question. He was saying, Angela's going up? So I get it. I understand why both of them kind of feel like they're right in this situation, but here's my point. I don't know why Tyler would want Angela backdoored, which is why I'm more leaning to believe that Tyler's telling the truth. And from what we saw, I think he really was asking it as a question. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. And I had already talked to
1,000,000%
Angela.
on my life you said
How
that.
about this, Tyler? You're caught. The way that you
I'm
treated
caught.
me this week was trash.
I didn't treat you like
throw
any
you up.
way.
Are you kidding me? You with your sunglasses in here at the table saying I'm nominating you for sure. You over here walking. I asked you if you wanted to talk to me like a decent human being. You put on your sunglasses and you said I will never. So how dare you talk to me like that when I've been trying to protect you?
Hey, what have I been doing
Cool,
the past few
cool.
weeks?
Let's just
Telling
let it
you what
go.
I'm
No,
gonna
let's
do
let it
and
go.
done it. I've done what I'm
And
gonna
same with
do.
me. Did I attack you? Did I throw you under the bus? Did I go behind your back and try to put you up? No.
Did I throw you under the bus?
Yes, you just did in front of everybody. You wanted to vote me out.
I told
and
you I'm
been
gonna vote
talking
you
trash
out.
to me, but for what? For something I didn't do.
It's
And
Okay. Why? What? Here's the thing. I'm not really sure how Bailey would have liked Tyler or anyone to handle this situation. Like, would she prefer that Tyler lied to her and say, I'm gonna keep you, and then blindside her? Tyler's aware that she's going to jury. He hopefully doesn't want a bitter jury. But by the way, everyone, this is what you're all sending in, is the first juror. So, I guess we're getting a bitter jury this season, too. But I just, again, we're gonna go. We'll keep going, and I'll get what you guys think when we're done.
You can't even be a man and apologize to me right now.
It's irrelevant
no,
if
it's
you're the
not.
hacker.
You treated me like trash this whole week.
It is irrelevant if you are
and
the
you're
hacker,
still a little
Bailey.
boy because you can't apologize.
It is irrelevant if you're the hacker. You have a
She's
power.
not
She
the
just
hacker.
said,
No, it is
and
relevant.
my
Okay,
power gets me. I
congrats.
purposely did not use it because Angela asked me not to. I didn't want to disrespect you and take over your HOH. I could have used my power this week, but for what? I felt safe with you. I felt like we were friends. So I didn't have a reason to be on a power trip or take somebody's HOH. I was genuinely just trying to be respectful to you.
Well, congrats. I'm still voting
Shut
that you
up!
have a power.
I don't have, just shut up.
Now, look, here's the thing. It's so hard for me because I understand that there are like such feelings on both sides of people that can't stand Bailey and people that can't stand Tyler. Here's the thing. All I'm seeing here is Bailey screaming, "Shut up" at Tyler. Bailey calling him a little boy. Bailey being like going in for personal and emotional attacks on Tyler right now in this moment. I'm talking what we're watching right here. All Tyler is doing is defending himself and saying, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. He's not screaming at her. He's not calling her a child. He's not calling her angry. He's not... I don't think he's doing anything in this moment that is exactly what Bailey is saying is happening to her 24/7. Which is just where it then becomes hard for me to put faith in what Bailey says about how she's feeling. Because it just seems like she has this skewed perspective on everything, which is not correct of what's going on in the game. In the game. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. Respect. That's what you want.
That's all that I had to say. So, if anyone has anything to say to me, we all live in the same house.
Oh, thank you.
Meeting adjourned.
You're screaming at me, and she's the one that did this to you. She's the one that set you up.
She was trying to set you up, sweetheart. She never meant for you
Oh,
to
it
take
didn't
the
work,
fall. And
sweetheart.
you're over here acting crazy towards me when I literally have done nothing but be nice to you, Tyler.
Okay, so again, Bailey got in his face and went, she's trying to set you up, sweetheart. And then Bailey, it's like she believes what she's saying. And she's like, and then you're standing here getting crazy on me. Tyler didn't get crazy on you. Do you see what it's like? Am I losing it? Like, you'll all tell me if I'm wrong, but get ready because we're only at like a 6-7. We're about to go to a full 10 with Bailey in a minute. Here we go.
Tyler, I genuinely wanted you to do well in this game, but for you
I
to treat me like
genuinely
trash,
wanted you to do well.
not even apologize, there is absolutely
What would
no
I
excuse for
apologize
that.
for? I never
Were you
threw
not there
Angela
when you
out.
were literally at the counter putting the thing? I said, Tyler, do you want to talk to me? Absolutely not. I'm not on the block, sweetheart. You're on the block
never
now.
threw
You're on the
Angela's
block
name
now.
out.
Yes, you did, and it's on
It's a
tape. And I hope
fact.
she watches it and
It's
she
on
sees
tape, and
that
she
you're the one
will
who wanted
see.
her to go up, and I had already promised her
Just
safety.
because
but
you're
that's what you
screaming,
did.
just because you're screaming doesn't make
Tyler,
it true.
shut up.
You can scream louder than
you
me
are
all
literally
day.
like such a child. You could have just said sorry and it would have been over. I would have forgiven you. But for you to seriously still try to
Why
throw me
would
on
I
the bus and
forgive
attack
you?
me
Why
after
would I
a
say
terrible
sorry?
week, after I did nothing to nobody and everybody has been treating me like trash, you still can't apologize?
The more you scream,
Like you are out of control. Just shut up. Just shut up.
like there's no reason for me to throw Angela under the bus, Bailey. You know it. I don't care how much you want to scream and yell and throw personal shots at me. I did not do that.
Get ready, it can get worse.
Everyone knows I didn't do that. You're the one that lied to everybody about not having a power and then got called out about it.
I just didn't tell people because I didn't want to use it on anybody. I didn't want to do that. I had no problems with anybody. I was not going to put anybody up on my power, and my power is almost expired. But I have to walk around with people treating me differently because they think I'm after them? That's
You
not
got
fair.
set
I
up
got
as the
power
hacker.
Because Swaggy got backdoored, and I was left in the house by myself. That's why I got a power. I didn't ask for it.
I understand.
Like, why are you kidding me?
I understand,
Like,
Babe.
you were out. Oh.
Bailey, you are taking it way too
You
far.
are terrible. You've made my life in the top of hell. You are
I didn't do
fucking terrible.
anything to you, Bailey.
Now, I would also like to say, that was a great example of me this morning with my hubs. He tried to tell me that there was no orange juice available at breakfast, and I went off in the same way. I was like, you're making my life in this house horrible! All I want is fucking orange juice in the goddamn morning, and there's no fucking orange juice! Because that is clearly the way that you would communicate with somebody when you're frustrated. Now, by the way, look. Again, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, first of all, no, I'm not, it's the camera. It's the popcorn. First of all, although Bailey, I will say, I don't know if it was real or not real, but, Bailey, who was it? I think it was Earth Dog tweeted out, and he said, Bailey, like, was literally bleeding. Was that fake? Lori says that was fake. Oh, she did. She bit her jaw. I don't know if it's fake or if it's real, but you should check out Earth Dog on Twitter. Like, he has, like, a photo of Bailey yelling, and there's, like, all blood in her mouth. So, I see a lot of you in the chat room are saying it was real, it was real, it was real. She went to the DR. Okay. It was frightening. It was frightening. All right, so let's watch a little bit more, and then we'll discuss.
Oh, my God. How did that get so far?
Everyone running to Bailey.
I'm not a villain like that, Bailey. Come on. God. I'm not apologizing to you, Bailey. I did not throw her name out. God.
I don't know why the apology matters so much. Okay.
That was way too far. That was taken way too far, dude.
I gotta say, I kind of agree. I do feel like that went a little bit too far. Look, I don't think that that reaction justified what happened. Here's where I feel like there's kind of a disconnect happening for people. People keep acting like this is the real world, and Tyler and the house is being horrible to poor Bailey. This is not the real world. We are not watching people hanging out in their house. We're watching the show Big Brother, which is a psychological game that you all signed up for, when only one person is winning. And when people make moves in this game, that's what has to happen. Somebody goes home every week. People are going to be blindsided. People are going to be backstabbed. That's the game of Big Brother. It's not personal. I don't feel it's personal. I don't think that Bailey being the target this week is for any other reason other than Bailey was dumb enough to tell the other side she has a power to invalidate their nominations. If any other person in Big Brother history went to the other alliance and went, by the way, I have a power that can cancel your nominations, the other alliance isn't going to go, oh, well, then we're not going to do anything about that. Why would anybody do anybody would make that move? So I don't know how to phrase, I don't know how to explain it well enough. I'm not that smart. My point is, it's hard for me to take people's complaints seriously on Twitter when they're throwing away completely the fact that what we are experiencing here is a game, and that there really isn't, from what I just saw, someone being treated so horribly and being so just ostracized by every single person in that. Like, I just haven't seen that this week, personally. Am I saying it doesn't exist? I'm not. And I know it makes it sound like I'm not a Bailey fan. I was such a huge Bailey fan. And look, I'm still a Bailey fan. I like Bailey the person. I don't think Bailey has any chance to win this game anymore, And as her game was sinking in that ship, she decided to use Haley as an anchor. She did. I don't understand why when Haley went to people like Bailey and Rockstar, they pushed so hard for this house, or I shouldn't say Rockstar pushed that hard, but Bailey's been pushing ever since last night for this house meeting to happen. Just to clear her name. She has to know that there is no way she is staying. Their side does not have the votes. Granted, they think probably that Brett and JC are going to vote with their side, but we know there's no way that's happening. I see Lady J says, it's just being ignored by two people when she thought she was friends with them. And I get that, Lady J. That's what I said kind of in the beginning. I don't feel like Bailey's reaction was so much in the moment. I think her reaction came from the whole game up into this point and feeling like I was close with Angela and she betrayed me. I was close with Tyler. I kept him safe last week. And look at what he did now. But granted, Tyler didn't really do anything to Bailey. Again, what did Tyler do to Bailey? All Tyler did to Bailey was tell her, I think I have to vote you out. I think that's smart on Tyler's end to not blindside her with the vote. Personally. And Lori Starr says, but Bailey would have done the same exact thing. I do agree that Bailey probably would, well, you know what? No. I don't know if I could say that Bailey would do the same exact thing because she didn't last week. Last week, she had the opportunity to go ahead and use her power. She didn't because she listened to Angela. She wanted to do what Angela wanted. She thought she was working with Angela. In those points, I understand Bailey's frustration. I just think the way she went about it all in this house meeting didn't do one thing to help her game. I don't see how this helps her game at all. All I see this doing is killing her game, killing Haley's game, killing the Hive's game. P.S. Fessy walking around like he has any clue what's going on this week is hysterical. Let's all just fast forward to Fessy's DR tomorrow where he's going to be like, oh, once again, I have no clue what's happening in this game. Samantha says, no one knows that Tyler has the power. Correct? Correct. No one knows Tyler has the power. And what I would like to know is when Tyler goes in the cloud, is it going to be a secret that Tyler put himself into the cloud? Like, is it going to be, oh, somebody used a power. Tyler, you are safe from eviction or safe from nomination. Or is it going to be Tyler has activated his power app and is now safe from eviction? Because if that is the way it comes out, that could be the thing that would be detrimental to Tyler's game. And I saw a lot of people on board with this house meeting saying, this house meeting is amazing. It's going to expose Tyler. What a Haley and Fessy and the Hive. What do they have to lose at this point? Well, I wasn't on board that train at all. And exactly what I knew would happen happened. Level 6 doesn't believe it. Level 6 thinks that this is either some plan or some ploy by Haley and Bailey and possibly Fessy to save Bailey this week. They don't actually believe that Haley is the hacker. And in the aftermath of this house meeting, they were very much like, we weren't targeting Haley. Angela was like, I had no reason to go after Haley. Tyler was like, I have no reason to go after Haley. But now we do. I don't understand why Haley felt the need to do this. But again, that's not true. I think there are two aspects that caused her to do it. Firstly, she's 21 years old. I think Haley has not been broken down by the world yet. Haley still believes in the goodness and kindness of humanity. I want to say that Haley probably hasn't had to struggle much in life, but we learned from watching the feeds the other day that her and her family like used to live with the grandmother, and then the grandmother like kicked them out and they had to move into a trailer. So then I saw somebody say that's the difference between Haley and Aaron. One grew up in a trailer and one didn't. But if that really is the case, I would think that Haley would want to fight more for her family and for this money and for a better life for herself. But I think when you're 21 years old, you see the whole entire world in front of you, and I'm pretty sure kids these days probably think $500,000 is like not a lot of money. They're probably like, oh, $500,000 is not a lot of money. Okay. But she also said last night she thinks that her family and Bailey's family are really close. She thinks that they're probably watching shows together or watching the feeds together, and their families have developed a friendship. And she didn't want her family or Bailey's family to be disappointed in seeing that Haley was responsible for Bailey being on the block. And here is when it comes back down to you're 21 years old. Haley, you being the hacker, has nothing to do with why Bailey's on the block. You could have been the hacker. Tyler could have been the hacker. My mom could have been the hacker. Bailey would have still ended up on the block. And if you really believed it, like if Haley really believed it, that she is in some way responsible for this, then take her out for a nice meal. Take her out for a nice meal when the show is over. $500,000 can buy a lot of therapy. You and her can go to couples therapy together. I'm sure that you can hash all your problems out post-season when you have $500,000 and your family has some security. Instead, you just decided to completely throw your game away for somebody else. And it's sad. It's very sad. Senile Little Broad says, but Angela used being a hacker as her reason for putting Bailey on the block. Oh, 100% she did. Because she, like the genius strategizer. Strategizer? Is that I think that's a word. Vanessa Russo let us all know you need a reason. And Angela was too deep in knowing about the power. She could have. She should have right from the start just went with, I'm not okay with the power. I gotta go after you, Bailey. I'm sorry. But she didn't, so she needed to find another reason. She needed to find another reason. All Haley fans, I don't know what you're saying. The Hive is so stupid. Fessy said he would have for sure won the veto, says Courtney J in the chat. All Fessy has done for the past 2 days, he has walked around to people last night like Brett and gone, you don't know what could happen tomorrow. Things might change tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if anything's happening, but maybe something could happen tomorrow that would change things. You don't even know that Brett is in another alliance. And if Fessy one more time says, there are not two sides of this house. There just aren't two sides of this house. No, there is. But all of you stupid people are stuck in your hive and you're too blind to see the other side of the house. I don't know what more curtain we need to pull back for you. But for some reason, you're not aware of the other side of the house. And if last night, Haley was really debating telling Rockstar everything that happened, she was on the couch with Fessy and, was like, I don't know, maybe now's the time that we tell Rockstar everything. So Rockstar comes over And she's like, you know what, Haley? I'm going to tell everyone that I'm the hacker. And Haley's like, oh, ha, ha, that's so funny. Why would you do that? And she's like, I don't know. I'm just kidding. And then Rockstar goes, could you imagine if you were the hacker, Haley? And Haley's like, ah. And Rockstar's like, because if you were, you would have made some real stupid moves this week. And I was like, Haley, this is your opening. You should tell Rockstar right now. Otherwise, this conversation is going to be real fresh in her head tomorrow at your house meeting. And all you've done is solidified to people that you're real good at lying right to their face without even so much as a stutter. It's all she did. And then, yes, before the meeting today, she did sit down and tell Rockstar. Rockstar was kind of fine with that. Rockstar's like, okay, you didn't take me down. Oh, so you're going to do a house meeting? Yes. Let's do the house meeting right now. Do you want to do the house meeting? Let's do it right now. Which, thank God. Because if you guys are watching, you're well aware. Pretty much from, I don't know, 6 p.m. yesterday, literally until 5 a.m. Eastern, my time, Haley was going back and forth on doing this house meeting. We thought this house meeting was happening 15 times yesterday. It was insane. But it didn't. Finally happened this morning. Thank you, Rockstar. Now, my favorite part of the house meeting was Tyler. Not Tyler, Scotty. So if you go back and watch it, you really should flip around to the other feeds and watch people's reactions, because this was Scotty during it.
You want to target them? Would Angela be the replacement? You said yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. And I had already talked to
$1,000,000% on
Angela.
my life, you said.
Scotty's just like back and forth. Like Scotty's watching Big Brother Tennis. He's like, which one of you are right? Which one of you are wrong? I don't know what's going on. One of you two is doing it. It was the best watching them. So Tyler, again, people thought that this was going to kind of drive a wedge in between Tyler and Level 6, or this in some way was going to expose Tyler's game to his side. Literally, all it did was kind of drive Tyler right into Angela's lap. Like, literally, up in the HOH, in the bed. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with his face there. But poor Angela's like, oh, my sweet Tyler. What did that evil lady do to you? You're the villain. He's not the villain. And P.S. Bailey's not the villain either. Just side note, I don't really feel this season has a quote-unquote villain. It just has people that are playing the game horribly and other people that are playing the game slightly less horribly. And a whole bunch of really clueless people. There is a lot of all of that happening. Then JC goes up to the HOH. So we have JC up in the HOH room, and JC is just like, I can't stand Bailey. She is the worst. If she keeps yelling, I'm going to go off on her. I'm going to be like, cool your titties, lady. Stop going off on people. You're the worst. You're a monster. Blah, 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 blah. Then, cut to 2 minutes later, JC is downstairs with Bailey being like, oh, girl, you're so funny. That house meeting was so amazing. You do the best house meetings, Bailey. You're the best. So, you know, JC being JC. Here's the photo from Earth Dog that I was talking about. So, like, as you can see, it does kind of look like Bailey bit her tongue or something. That would be a mouthful of blood on Bailey's head. I mean, look, you gotta give it to her. She's passionate. We have to give it to Bailey. Bailey is very passionate about the game. So, I just want to, because there is hundreds of you here, I want to take a quick poll. I already know the way this is going to go. Or I think I do. I don't want to skew the results. But where chat room do you guys fall? Are you team Bailey or are you team Tyler in this argument? I'm interested to know where you guys stand in the argument. Forward Flow says neither. All right. Tyler. Wow. Tyler, wow. That's a sea of Tylers. Lady J understands both. Wow, there is not one Bailey? Okay, there we go. Kristen says Bailey. Cheryl says Bailey. Other than that, looks like overwhelmingly you're all on Tyler's side. I also see a lot of you saying, we just want good feeds. Yes, Bearcatful, I agree with you. I am here for good feeds. And in that aspect, this has been amazing. This has been wonderful feeds. I agree with you. And I think it will keep giving us wonderful feeds. I don't want to jinx it. I feel like we're in a dangerous territory. Like, Bailey's gonna go, or as of the plan now, Bailey's going to go. Can we sustain can we sustain the level of drama once Bailey goes? I hope we can. Fessy doesn't have a clue. I agree, Fessy doesn't have the clue. I see BB Boston says, who needs Caitlyn? I agree. At this point, who needs Caitlyn? Okay, so back over on Twitter, I see people saying that where did the tweet go? All right, I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to keep looking for that tweet. All right, I'll come back to that. She's going and the only way it's more drama is when JC gets on the block. I do agree with you. I think JC will continue to be a font of drama in the house. I see Nola says, Bay is upset that the cool kids don't like her. I don't know that that's specifically what it is. Again, for me, it's just going to keep coming back to the fact that the reason Bailey's on the block is because she outed her power to the wrong alliance, to people that were not in her alliance. I think that's just what it is, period, end of story. I don't know, why we're looking for any other reason other than that when we know that's what Angela's saying. We know that that's what Angela's saying. Now, I know Rockstar's speech. I know that Rockstar says she's planning. Rockstar said she was torn last night. Rockstar said on one hand, she wants to play the game and she's doing this for her family, so she kind of needs to be nice to everyone in case she stays. On the other hand, she said that this is a huge platform and what she would like to do in her speech is call Angela a racist and say that Angela is put Bailey on the block simply because she's black. Again, I don't feel like this is a topic that I have the right to discuss. But that being said, I will. Do I think Angela is doing it because Bailey is black? I really don't. And I'm not saying I'm right. I just don't think that's the reason. I think the reason is because she outed her power to people that weren't working with her. And I think that these are all just slippery slopes that we fall on in discussing Big Brother. And I think it's why people get so passionate on one side or the other side, of it, because I think we kind of pull away a little bit from the fact that, again, they're playing a game. This isn't real life. Yes, it's their real lives, but it's not real life. And I do agree with a lot of you in the chat room saying they don't think that production will allow Rockstar to do that. Oh, I think they would. Oh, I 100% think they would. Look, I have no proof. I do not speak on behalf of production in any way, but I think they love any attention that they get on this show. And I think if Rockstar did that, it would make all the tabloids, all the news, all stuff like that. So I don't think that they would mind. I don't think that they would mind it at all. Rockstar said she'd never put up Casey and JC because they're gay. So if she was in the final 5 and her only options were Fessy, Haley, Casey, and JC, who is she putting up? I don't know. We can ask her that. We'll ask her that scenario when she comes on the show at the end of the season. They all think the speeches about hating everyone in the house were real. They think all the speeches about hating everyone in the house are real. I'm not sure what you mean. I will say this. I also heard Rockstar say, and here is the way I hope she goes. I always try, even though I know we have to talk about so many serious topics on this show, I think that I always like to go the way of humor. And what I also heard Rockstar say that she wanted to do, which, God, I hope she does it. And if she doesn't, I hope somebody does it because they could be hysterical. Rockstar said she just wants to stand up to start her speech and go, Julie, I would like to use the halting hex. I just think that imagine production just let them get away with that. Like if somebody was just like, I'd like to use a power from a previous season, please. Is there any more juice left in the halting hex? Because I would like to use it, Julie, please. I'm not really going to waste my time pitching to the house. I would just like to use a previous season's power, please. I think it would be brilliant. They better not come for Queen Angela. All right, look. I am all for women power. I always would love to see a woman win Big Brother because I think it is a male-dominated game. And I get where Angela is coming from. She is being a direct, kind of cold-hearted player. But I wouldn't call her Queen Angela. I get that she's doing what she needs to do to further her game. I don't think she's doing anything spectacular. I think she's doing exactly what anybody in level 6 would have done in her position. Like anybody from level 6 that won HOH this week clearly would have targeted Bailey to get the power out of the house. So I wouldn't call her Queen Angela. And look, and I get that people call her furniture and couch and all these things. You got to admit, staying under the radar before jury is a good strategy. It's not an entertaining strategy. It's not a strategy that we like to watch on the feeds. It's not a strategy that's going to give you airtime, but it's a strategy to get you further in the game. Nobody had Angela's name on their lips until Rachel got evicted. Until that week, we didn't even know Angela was playing this game. Yeah, she was furniture. And guess what? If she's the chair in the corner that nobody knew was there, and your goal is to be the last one in the house, great. But will I call her a queen because of that? No. I don't think she's Queen Angela by any standards. Erica says, I think that JC is playing a good game, considering he isn't really a target, but he's annoying so fans don't like him, and he has a decent read on the house. Ooh, Erica. I I would not say that no one's onto him. I think both sides are very aware of the fact that JC kind of runs back and forth between both sides. So there's that. You are correct that us fans don't really like him. I also don't think that JC would stay necessarily if he was on the block. Yes, he can be funny. Yes, JC is filling the sassy gay role. Although I would argue the fact that Scotty fills the sassy gay role more than JC does. But yes, JC is there to be the sassy gay, to be, oh girl, oh, I'm not talking about bitch. Oh, like, yes, we get it. That's your role, JC. I find it annoying AF. I find JC super annoying. But he has a decent read on the house. I also don't think that he has that great of a read on the house. He kind of falls into plans halfway through and then tries to take credit for them. I feel like JC is just kind of like, oh, I fell into this plan and now I'm going to try and push my agenda. Oh, is my agenda working? Oh, it is? Okay, then I'll go more full steam on my agenda. Whoa, wait a minute, is my agenda not really working? All right, then I'm going to roll back my agenda a little bit. He kind of just falls into the plans more so than creating the plans. Other than Caitlyn, he was a huge driving force, I feel, in Caitlyn's eviction. New Jersey Girl says, I hate my state. No, she says, JC forgot that when playing the middle, you have to vote to maintain the balance in the house. He will get taken out by Tyler's group in short order. I see what you did there. I agree. Here's where I will give JC credit because he is playing the middle. He does kind of try and balance out the power each week. JC could technically, I think in his mind, go to either side. And I think I know, he wants both sides fighting at each other so that he remains invisible. So he kind of does try and help both sides balance the power from week to week. So I will say I appreciate that about JC's game. But I do agree he plays too personal. Look, once again, we're getting a bitter jury. I hate to break it to all of you. Obviously, Bailey, unless she totally surprises me, as we just saw, I feel like JC is going to be a bitter juror. I think Bailey is going to be a bitter juror. I kind of feel like Angela is going to be a bitter juror. I think Sam is going to say that she's not a bitter juror and that she's empowering all women who's ever been in a jury, while at the same time splitting the throats of all women that have ever been in the jury and calling them all fat whores. That's what I think Sam will do in jury. She'll be like, I just have a question for the final two. Which one of you two touched Tyler's penis? Who hurt Tyler and who touched his penis? If you did not hurt him and you did not touch his penis, you have my vote. That is how Sam is going to cast her vote. Bailey would have targeted JC soon, in my opinion, and it's not a bad move. No, it's not a bad move. And by the way, so like in the fallout of it all, like I can't believe we're running out of time. In the fallout of it all, who was in the room? Bailey, Rockstar, Haley, they were all in the room, and I guess they were talking to Haley and being like, you did the right thing. This isn't, your fault or whatever for doing what you did. Like, don't worry about it. It's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. I still don't necessarily think it's all going to be fine. I think that the target is still going to remain on Bailey. I can't see any way that the house does not want to get her out at this point going forward. You forgot Rockstar. She's going to be uber bitter. 100%. I think Rockstar is going to be bitter as well. But here's another point that was super surprising. Brett and Haley had a conversation in the wake of all of this too. And Brett seemed very understanding of Bailey's position. Like, Bailey tried to explain to Brett, look, I was not coming after you, and I was not the hacker, and you called me out, and you're not a person I want to go after. And what I hope the conversation made Brett realize is, I'm not really a threat to Bailey. Or Bailey is not a threat to me. Rockstar is. If Brett was voting smart, well, I say if Brett was voting smart, he would keep Rockstar. Again, I keep forgetting Bailey has the power. So, I don't know. But I will tell you all, buckle up. If Bailey goes this week, I have a feeling if level 6 gets in power, they're going to go after Rockstar again, because I don't think they want fresh blood on their hands right away. I could see them throwing up a Rockstar Haley. I see Rockstar going. Brett could win this game. My point is, if Rockstar leaves at some point, Brett really kind of is in a good place. With a lot of people. He's in a way better place than Tyler is. Now, he can't win anything to save his life, but he's in a good place. I didn't really want every 80s movie bully to win. I know. That was for comedic purposes. I'm calling him every 80s movie bully for comedic purposes. I am putting in the disclaimer right here. There is no bullying in Big Brother. So, I would like to also make that note right now, everyone. Again, Big Brother is a game that people sign up to play for money, knowing the rules that you can leave at any point. Nobody is being bullied in the game of Big Brother. It's a disservice to people that are actually being bullied. Exactly. I'm curious who is best at studying their days at this point, says 100 Acre Woods. 100 Acre Woods. Number one, I didn't notice anybody studying or doing days at all. I really haven't. And last night, out of nowhere, Fessy says to someone like Rockstar, so do you know the days? And Rockstar's like, not really. And Fessy's like, I do. And Haley is like, no you don't, Fessy. What happened on this day? And Fessy was like, Tyler was done by the hacker. And she's like, wow. What happened on day 16? Caitlyn was nominated. What happened on day 24? Brett and Scotty got into a fight. I was like, wow. Now, I have no idea if any of that is true. But I was like, any date that they gave Fessy, he instantly had an answer for what happened that day. And they did kind of challenge him on it a little. And he was like, well, this happened on that day, so if we go back 3 days, then that's when the nomination... Like, he always had a justification of why that was the day, but, like, he was spitting him out instantly. Like, Fessy really blew me away in knowing his dates. Now, he has no clue what's going on in the game. He legitimately has no clue where the alliances lie. He has no clue where people are going. He walks around the house having conversations with people, acting as if he knows somehow what's going on, and he really doesn't. He is legitimately clueless. Mom of Twins says, Eric, did you hear Haley talk to Fessy about the DR, asking her what she thinks would be a good comp for her before the hacker comp? Yeah, I heard it. Again, we all know that Big Brother asks leading questions in order to get specific things out of you. Do I really think at the end of the day, production went, we want Haley to win the hacker comp. Let's build an entire... We have one day, everyone. We need to create a comp that Bailey can win. Everyone to the drawing boards. Like, I don't believe that that happened for a second, nor do I think that if that was the case, they don't want Tyler on the block. They didn't want Tyler's game in jeopardy. Why would they have given that power to Haley? If they really were trying to balance things or to not let any one side run away with too much power, I just don't see them giving it to Haley as the thing that would be the smartest move to do. Anyone else hear about Bailey taking a pregnancy test, says Jenna W. Yeah, I mean, we've heard her talk about it on the feeds, which is why I feel like we can comment on it. Bailey says she doesn't know if she is pregnant or not. She has done things to protect herself in case she is pregnant. I, see like not drinking alcohol or staying off the cushions that cause birth defects. I'm sorry. I just love how Big Brother has the cushions in the backyard that says these cushions might cause birth defects. Too late. Everyone in the house already has the birth defects, so it's too late. But yeah. Is she not? It seems bad to say, but I don't care. I just feel like that's real world. That's personal. That's for Bailey to come out and divulge or talk about when and where she wants to talk about it. And I get it. They're talking about it on the feed, so we can talk about it. Yeah, but that's all I have to say. She says she thinks she could be pregnant, and there's no reason for her to think that she's not pregnant yet. So again, I don't understand the way your lady parts work, but apparently something will happen, and like she gets a telegram in the mail, and it'll say like, you're not pregnant. Or she gets a stick and it has a minus on it. I really don't know. I don't know how your lady parts work. We'll see if production will not let her do some of the upcoming comps. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. How does a pillow cause birth defects? It's California. No offense to you California people, but you're a touch crazy. Sitting on this fabric could cause a birth defect. But just like when you see the commercials, when they're like, taking this pill will cause birth defects, anal lice, bleeding from your eyeballs, ear infections, your arm falling off. They have to say all those things to protect themselves legally. None of those things have ever happened. They just have to say all of those things because they have to legally protect themselves. So that's why they're saying it. Use your brains. No one's having birth defects from sitting on a couch. I promise. And yes, finally I will say, Sam was in there 2 minutes later being like, I told you, I knew this was gonna happen. I tried to warn all of you, but none of you would believe me. Why didn't none of you believe me? I told you, I knew she had the power. I knew she was the hacker. Shut up, Sam. I swear to God, can we just go back? Can we just make Sam the robot again and turn her off? I don't know what magic has to happen to make Sam the robot. I want her the robot again. I need to turn it off. I need less Sam talking. I need less Sam talking. Now look, I have to wrap this show up because I need to be able to tweet Big Brother. But look, we are going to be live again tomorrow. We will have more clips. I will have a special guest, and we will discuss more things. I know a lot of you have been asking for a hangout show. I will try and do a hangout show with everyone tonight. No promises, but I will try and go live later, so it won't necessarily be a Big Brother show. It'll be more of a hangout show. But tomorrow night, again, at like 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be live back right here with a special guest. Of course, if you want to be alerted when that happens, make sure you become a fan at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. You can also subscribe over there. Subscribers enter to win Orwell and can watch all the shows back right away, or you can wait until I post them on the website and check out all of our Big Brother content over there, yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. See the past shows, read Becca's blog, spoiler graphics, flashback times, see where you're standing in the trash draft. Everything is over there on the website. Of course, you can help support our shows by becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron, or you could always do a one-time donation over at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. I hope you guys all enjoyed the show. I will see all of you guys later, or in about 20 seconds, you people and you now. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.